Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to Inner Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I heard where there's smoke, there's fire, but you're in the clear. Well, that's good. Yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire, but you are in the clear. There could be someone who is going through a really tough time. I'm hearing the word implode, like they feel like something is imploding, crumbling, collapsing in their world. And this feels like an emergency. I'm seeing 911. You could have chosen to be involved with this person that's experiencing this now, but you separated yourself or you distanced yourself from them. So you're in the clear. You're not experiencing this fire with them, this emergency. Okay? And that's a divine blessing. That's the result of your strength. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Alright, what's coming through for this beautiful being? Oh, toilet was right there on the bottom. Empty, chaos, restart. So that's what somebody's going through. They have to flush something, a plan. They had a plan that didn't work. Okay, and so they've got to start over. But they're not anywhere near the place where they would need to be in order to start over. I'm hearing they're bracing for impact. So whatever this is that's crumbling, it may just be starting to happen, or it may be about to happen. But they're bracing for impact, and they're not ready. They're not ready. What else for this beautiful being? Rubik's Cube, diversity, perspective, and understanding. You're viewing things that you've been through, tough situations that you've been through from a new perspective, and you have deeper understanding of what happened because of this, because of your willingness to understand. I feel like this is some of the work that you've done in the past. You didn't just shake your head in confusion when you were presented with a problem. You didn't just... I see somebody just going like, oh, I don't know what to do. You didn't do that. You sat there like you would manipulate a Rubik's Cube, trying to figure out different possibilities. And you use logic and intuition and connection with yourself and with the divine to figure out how to get what you needed. What else, Spirit? Cat, freedom, self-worth, and pride. Yeah, your willingness to figure something out is what has led to your freedom. You're sitting pretty. That's what I'm hearing. You earned this. You're sitting pretty. You're able to do this because you figured something out. When everyone else was just trying to coast, you did the work. And so now you're able to enjoy freedom. You protected your freedom. Okay, that's it for that. Okay. Alright. What else, Spirit? Okay, yes, and High Priestess came out right over both of these, the Rubik's Cube and Cat. And you know, cats are very intuitive. So your feminine energy is very strong. You flow, and your intuition guides you, and it guided you through a very tough situation that now you're winning because of what you did. I'm hearing the path you took, the route you chose, and it was hard. It was difficult with the Ten of Wands here. You did not select the quote-unquote easy route, okay? What was this burden, Divine? What was this burden, this Ten of Wands? There's something about a past relationship that there was exposure with the Sun. Something about a past relationship or someone that you had a soul tie to. There was something exposed. Oh, so your High Priestess energy exposed something to you. You were informed. It's like this could have been something that was dark to everyone else. Nobody else knew. Okay, so there's somebody from your past that you knew from a past life. And because of your High Priestess wisdom and intuition, you knew that there was something that you needed to figure out or work around, like with the Rubik's Cube there. But it was made clear to you. And it's something that you saw that nobody else saw. So you were in this Sun energy. You were aware when no one else was aware. And this felt like a burden because you were making choices based on your wisdom that maybe you weren't sharing at that time. Maybe you weren't open about this at the time. You were just keeping it to yourself. Or maybe if you tried to tell somebody about it, they didn't understand. Like you were telling somebody, if you shared it with somebody, you were like, oh, this person just isn't right. There's something that feels like a burden about them. And they were like, well, what could it possibly be? Nobody was seeing the truth but you at that time. It feels like there's been an evolution of this Sun energy. So things have unfolded. Things have become known about whatever this Six of Cups was, something from a past life or a person from a past life. Yeah, and if you look at these two children, the one in the back is standing back looking at them like, I'm not going over there. Or it's like they're looking like, something ain't right with that one. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, they know something. They know something. Animal spirits may have helped communicate this to you. You may have been picking up on an animal's energy that was very tense or anxious around this person from your past. And so you knew that based on their reaction to this person that something just wasn't right. You knew to distance yourself from them. There's something about, I don't know what this person is holding, the child in front, the person that you knew from a past life, but it looks like they're aiming. I know they're not holding a weapon, but it's just the way that when I look at it, I'm seeing it with my third eye. It looks like they're holding a weapon. So there was something about this person that felt very aggressive to you, very like they were trying to threaten. 911 on the timer. 911 on the timer. You knew that something felt like it was just not right about this person. It was off. Okay, this is your strength. Ooh. You are, oh my word. Okay, so you got the Strength, the Hermit, and Justice. And the Tower, and the Moon, and the Ace of Wands, and the Fool. Okay, so you've got a new start because of your strength and your willingness to see what nobody was affirming for you that was there. It's like I'm seeing people around you go, like that's what's happening now. People are having their aha moments. Maybe months later, years later. For some of you, this could be decades later. You may hit 10-10 on the timer. As I said, decades. For some of you, this could have been something that happened 10 years ago. This is your strength to detect energies around you. Because that's the order it came out in. Sun was with the Six of Cups, yeah. And it was Strength and the Hermit. You know your surroundings. If there's somebody around you, I don't care if it's somebody that maybe you work with but you don't see them a lot. You know, maybe they're in another wing of wherever you work, they're in another floor or whatever. If you see them, even if you're like, hey, it could be a neighbor that you hardly ever talk to. If you sense a person's presence, you're able to know things about them, like details. 11:11 on the timer. It's like a person's presence is basically a portal that opens for you to, I'm seeing like the detective dogs, like they're, how they send them on a hunt. It's almost like you have this sense about you that you, like, people can't understand it, how you're able to pick up on things about people. It's just like, I've always been fascinated how a dog can smell a person's belongings and then you send them on, you know, to find that person or whatever. It's like you have this uncanny ability to pick up on things about people. And because it's something that can't really be explained, a lot of times people don't know what to do with it when they witness it. Okay, so like if you tell somebody that person just isn't right, I can't give you the evidence, I can't give you days, dates, and times, but I can tell you that there's something about that person that's not right. But the most beautiful thing is that you're a combination of the High Priestess and the Hermit. So you not only use your intuitive wisdom and guidance, but you also look at things that other people don't see. Almost like you have an investigative gift, okay? This has brought about justice and balance. So there's something about what you have figured out and what you have intuited has brought about justice. They're telling me to pull some cards on the fact that, yeah, because we've got the Sun here, there has been exposure, all right? But it's like, I keep hearing that you didn't go looking for trouble. You did not go looking for trouble. They came to you. There could be a Queen of Cups here. You could be a Queen of Cups, or perhaps this person from a past life is a Queen of Cups. This is a person who, let's see, let's get some clarity on this. Divine. Ooh. And a King of Swords. Okay. So because you have already come through as the High Priestess, you're coming through here as this Queen of Cups. You are very intuitive. You are very, very connected to spirit. There is a King of Swords, though, that came into your energy, and they were dedicated to this. They really did try to come into your energy. They could have tried to affect your work life with the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. They were trying to bring sadness to you in your business ventures, because we've got the Queen of Wands here, and I just laid it right on top of the Queen of Cups. Wasn't trying to, but that's where it is. So there's something here about a person tried to approach you in your business. 1414 on the timer, that's Temperance. You've gained balance and patience through all of this. Also, there could be a Sagittarius here. Doesn't have to be. But that's card 14, the Temperance card in the tarot, since we're in minute 14, okay? But there's somebody who is very dedicated to work against you. And I'm getting that this Eight of Pentacles is also for you, though. 1444 on the timer, because they may have been trying to affect your money and your sense of dedication to something that's very important to you. This could have caused a lot of sadness, a lot of disappointment for you, but also I'm getting that this King of Swords. This person who was trying to think their way through everything that they were doing. They weren't feeling their way through. I'm not getting that this is an emotionally connected person. That's you. You're connected emotionally and with the divine. This person tries to reason away. Okay, if that makes sense. So like, whatever logic actually exists, they try to reason it away, but with their own sense of logic. And so I'm getting that this is a King of Swords in the reverse. Also, a King of Swords reversed is very narcissistic, so they might try to push their way around, trying to... I'm hearing create endings for people. The King of Swords has a sword. They try to cut their way through life. Okay, and this could have caused sadness to your satisfaction, your sense of satisfaction with your creative energy, or this was what they were trying to do. They were trying to create a tower regarding your creative energy. We're at 1616 on the timer. That's what they were trying to do. Okay, and how you handled it exposed it, because I'm seeing that there, as well as we had the sun come out first with this deck. Okay, so there's something you exposed, and that is bringing about justice. Now justice looks like a tower, which was the first thing that came through. Divine said, where there's smoke there's fire, but you're in the clear. So justice says that you are good to go. That's justice. Okay, as the scales are balanced, you're in the clear, but someone else is experiencing a tower, but they're trying to keep this hidden. They don't want to keep, they don't want you to know anything about this tower that they're experiencing. With the moon, they're trying to keep it in the dark. Also, there's something that they want to keep, they don't want it revealed. I'm getting the energy of shame. This person has a lot of shame. Please clarify the moon. Woo. Knight of Cups, which was about to be in the reverse. Okay, so it's like this person, they want to come towards you, but they feel very perplexed about it. Okay, they want to come towards you, but they're very perplexed. Oh, because they know that you're kind of, they see you as the key to starting over again, but they know that after what they've done, they don't deserve another chance with you. What guidance is coming through for this beautiful being? Aha, the World and the Hermit. I love it. Spirit could not have been any more clear. It's over, and you are to go within. Also, Divine is saying with the Hermit, there's this continued sense of awareness. It's like we're in minute 18. There are things that this person still wants to keep hidden. It's not about just being like, oh, it's over, the cycle is closed now, I'm like la-di-da-di-da. You know, it's not a la-di-da-di-da energy. It is an energy where now your focus is on you, but you're also aware of what goes on. But I'm also hearing that things will be revealed to you with ease, because you have mastered these energies of the High Priestess and of the Hermit. Okay, you're able to see clearly whatever it is that you need to see. Your senses are awakened, and you know what to look for. Okay, you know what to look for. Okay, so we'll go here, and then we'll go, they were telling me where to go next after this deck. All right, Spirit, what's coming through here for this beautiful being? Okay, we've got guidance. Now, there's something about some guidance that isn't clear. Going with the flow. Mind. Lovers. All right. Okay. Okay. This guidance card came out on the fence on the 5 of Cups. Okay. So there's something about with this moon, this hidden energy of this person wanting to come back. They want to drag you into a space where you would be very confused because you wouldn't be paying attention. That's why Divine was guiding you back to the Hermit, where you are very aware and you're looking at what's going on, but with peace in your heart. You can have peace, okay? There's something about a person wanting you to be caught off guard because you're just, that sound keeps coming through, la-di-da-di-da. Somebody wants you to be like that, where they want you to, it's not about peace. They want you blind. 2111 on the timer. That 2111 feels like a new beginning to a connection. But it also feels like with this person from the past. But what it also feels like, because we've got the Lovers here, what it also feels like is a breakdown of something else in your life. Whatever connections you have in your life that are healthy, this person wants to break them down. They want to cause confusion in your world because you would be caught off guard, but you're not going to be caught off guard because you're aware. They want you confused about a love relationship, okay? Now this love relationship feels divine. It feels like it's something that is truly for you. For some of you, it could be a creative endeavor, but I'm getting that for some of you, it is a romantic relationship, okay? I want to see where this is going, because they Heart's Compass was at the bottom of this deck. The answers you seek are within you. Trust your intuition to guide you on the right path. The heart knows the way to your greatest success. This person wants you to doubt something or someone that you know is for you. That could be something that they tried before. I'm hearing that this person has no new tricks. So everything that they do is just some variation of what they've already tried. So they'll take an old trick that they tried. If they tried to cause chaos between you and a lover, or chaos between you and, I'm getting a business, okay? Maybe chaos with your abundance. That's what they're trying all over again. But they're hoping to put a new spin on it. Also, that's why that Knight of Cups was on the fence, because they know that you have learned all their tricks, and they know that not only have you learned all their tricks because you are the Hermit, you also are the High Priestess, but you also have grown. You also are more sure of yourself. And the way I know that is because these cards that came out here, all this Major Arcana and Heart's Compass, Divine is saying that your heart knows the way. That means your heart is in the right space and the place. Right? Space and place. Okay, your heart is balanced, so you know the way. They know, look at that. They know that you know the way. But also they know that there's a lot of wealth within your heart chakra. So whatever love connection this is, or love that you have for your creation, for your creative process and endeavors, they know that that helps guide you. That's why they want to attack it. Please tell us more about this, Spirit. Bussin'. So do you notice the sun energy that's all through this reading? But this person is acting in moon energy. So they don't work with the light at all. They work in complete and total darkness, which is why, because your light and dark is balanced and you are so aware, they know that they can't get by you with anything. That's their greatest fear now, is that you've become, quote unquote, too aware. Okay? Really, really, really good. It hits the spot. Next level good. Soul satisfaction. Unexpected joy. That's what's on tap for you. Okay? So this person wants you, because this was right over the mind card. So this person wants you confused with like the Peter Pan syndrome. They want you to resist growing up. They want you to have a fear of aging, avoiding responsibility and commitment, and they want you to be emotionally immature. So that's kind of like the la-di-da-di-da energy. Now, you're going to be going with the flow in your own way. But the thing about it is that you can go with the flow and be aware. This person wants you going with the flow and checked out. There's a big difference. Okay? What else, Spirit? Yeah, your awareness is their greatest enemy. They know you're a baddie, you're confident, attractive, and independent, and you're unapologetically you. That's one reason why this person wants to come back, why they're so attracted to you, is because you don't apologize for being who you are. What else do we need to know about this, Spirit? Needs a villain. This person thrives off of opposition or is fueled by friction. Okay? They love friction. This card comes out all the time. There's something here about racism or something about color. I'm not getting so much racism, I'm getting color. It's something about like this person either wants to be lighter or darker. They don't like their complexion. Okay? Oh, sun is out. Oh, and look. You see the sun here too? How many cards have had the sun? The sun card came out twice, and then we've got this. This person might tan a lot. Okay? But it's because they don't like their complexion. So they don't like themselves. They don't like the way that they look. And I'm getting that what gives them a bad taste in their mouth, because this has that. What gives them a bad taste in their mouth is that you love and accept yourself. You're unapologetically you. They don't like that because they are always asking themselves confirmation. They're always asking themselves, what else do I need to change? What else do I need to change? Now, you might ask that in a way where it's like, am I taking good care of myself? You know, do I feel rested? Am I, whatever your self-care routine is, am I doing those things? You might do that, but I'm getting that this person asks those questions on a very superficial level. It's not like, how healthy am I? It's what do I look like? That's the difference between the questions that you ask. You're asking, how healthy am I? Have I taken good care of myself? Do I feel good? You're asking that, do I feel good? Like, do I feel confident? Do I feel? And that's why you're vibing here like this. That's why you're bussing. Okay, but they're asking, what do I look like? Do I look okay? Are they gonna like the way I look? 28 on the timer. That's 10 and 10. Divine is trying to bring this person into a, I just looked at the sun card on my wall, or the sun poster on my wall. Divine is trying to bring this person into a state of awareness where they accept themselves. They're aware of who they are and what they look like, and they're like, I'm good. That would require total radical acceptance. And you know what? That's something that this person cannot get from you. So they're looking for something from you that you can't give them. But you vibe where they want to vibe. So that's why they're like checking you out all the time, wanting to come back. But then they're like, but they know all my plans. They know all my tricks. So should I even approach them? Okay. This could also be you, where like this person has left a bad taste in your mouth, where you're just like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't, you know, there could be that. Buffer, protective barrier from external forces, ensuring you don't swing too hard in one direction. So this is about the divine protecting you. That's why divine said, where there's smoke, there's fire, but you're in the clear. Is there anything else we need to know about this fire, divine? Because depending on who this is, this could be somebody that perhaps you maintain some sort of contact with, like if you have something connecting you to them. I'm thinking like if this is a parent of a child, okay, this could be someone that you used to be in a relationship with and you share a child or something like that. Is there anything that we need to know about this fire in order for this beautiful being to be aware of and protected? Okay, we've got I love this. You've got cassette, coffee cup, clock, and I like you. So there's something here about, oh, okay, let's see. There's something here about this person really wants to meet up with you. They keep thinking of ways that they could have an encounter with you, but there's something really positive that's going to happen. Oh, it's that buffer card that's going to, it's clock. It just, there has to be time. So this person with this cassette, they're replaying in their mind how they could run into you, ways that they could get back into your energy. And it feels very obsessive. So when I said I like this, it's not that, you know, I know that doesn't sound exciting that they're obsessed with meeting with you. Okay, I know. But because they really want, like, they would love to meet you for a cup of coffee. And I know you're just like, no. You're like, that would be the worst coffee ever, right? You'd be like, spitting that coffee out. Okay, I get it. But with clock here, it says need time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. And then I like you, someone likes you. It feels like there's some sort of growth that this person is going to go through where, because of the buffer, the time, where you are saying no, 32 on the timer, you're demanding that your boundaries are respected. There's something that's going to happen within this person where I really feel, honestly, I feel like that I like you card is they're going to start to focus on themselves more. Or either they are going to move on, okay? But it's going to take them time. But there's something here where spirit is like, it's over. Yeah, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child, growth. There's something that's transforming within this person. Now, I am getting that the only way that that's going to happen is if you continue to maintain these boundaries. Whatever growth it is that this person is going to achieve, they are only going to achieve it if you maintain your boundaries. So there's nothing here about opening the door to them. Yeah, because look, we've got separation here. There's transformation that happens in this separation. And this could also pertain to you. It feels like with that distance between you, there's something really beautiful happening within you as well. Let's see what that is. Thank you, Divine. What transformation is occurring within this beautiful being as they maintain their boundaries? Ooh, we had success. And you know what? It was on the fence on buffer. So that's a very clear message. Maintain that distance and you will achieve success. Spirit is guaranteeing it. They're like, the only reason it's on the fence is because Divine is like, you must maintain that space, that distance between you and this karmic, this narcissistic individual, this person from the past that you always, because the Six of Cups came through with the Sun, it's like you always knew from a past life that there was something off about this person. Okay? Yeah. The reason why you're achieving success is because you know what you deserve. The more space that there is between you, you're seeing more and more clearly your worth, your value. And plus, remember, the first card that came out was toilet. There's something about this person that whatever is crumbling for them with that tower, you know what I'm getting is that depending on your experience with this person and what is shared between you, whether it's a child or just a history or whatever, there could be, this is a warning from spirit, okay? And if it resonates, then you will have already sensed this. But there could be this desire to want to not see them, not want to see them suffer so much. But I'm getting that it's not because you have a soft spot for this person. It's because, and that could be why Six of Cups came out, because there could be a situation here where you share a child with them. Okay? You may have a child with this person. Okay. I didn't mean to pull these cards, but I was pulling this deck. But we've got teacher, detective. You're definitely a detective. You're able to put all the clues together. With teacher, it could be that, you know what I'm getting is there could be a teacher. If you have a child with this person, there could be a teacher who picked up on some things that they detected a way in which their other parent was either neglecting them, or this could even be you. Maybe you figured out that this other parent was not treating your child responsibly, okay? Maybe there's a concern there where you've detected ways in which this other parent is not meeting the mark, okay? So that could be something that has been concerning you. You may have sought the support of a mediator. It could be a family member, or it could be maybe a counselor or a therapist. There could be someone that you've wanted to help in this situation. And if you're going through that, just a reminder, okay, that if you have a child in public school, there are so many resources that, at least here in the United States, I can't speak for other countries, but there are social workers, there are school psychologists, there are school nurses that can help support you if you have concerns about the welfare of your child, okay? There are advocates that those staff members, nurses, social workers, school psychologists can put you in touch with that will help your child. Okay, but there are definitely resources that you can tap into that will help bring healing. Oh, look, and we've got Child Eternal. Oh, okay, so whether this is your own inner child that you are gathering ways to support you on your healing journey, okay, wanting to strengthen the energy of your inner child and heal yourself, or if this is a child that you share with this other person. It feels like with that space, that distance between you and this other person, there is going to be a lot of healing, either for you and your inner child, or for you, your inner child, and your child that you have, okay? There could be a judge here that makes a very wise decision, okay, that comes to a very wise judgment on behalf of either you or your child, okay, because they are guided by an angelic being that has your best interest at heart, okay? I'm getting the energy of an actual judge here. Someone who has to make a decision regarding your welfare or the welfare of your child. There is something here that will go in the direction that is truly best for you and your child, that supports your healing. Because there's something here that's ending. All right. This feels like that World card where there's, oh, and you know what? That could be why the Sun card came out so much, because there's so much evidence that's coming out. I do feel like either you or you and another being that's involved in your child's life, like a teacher, have found evidence that really did highlight a lot of the deficits of this past person that you were involved with. It feels like there's still involvement there because of legal issues or perhaps visitation. There could be issues of child support. Okay, it feels like that. And I'm also getting that because of this Hermit energy, there are clues that you were detecting that have let you know what you need to do to support your child, because this other parent was working against the benefit of that child. Okay, that's what's coming through. That's what's coming through. So only take what resonates. But it feels like this person, yeah, and the Peter Pan 4141 on the timer, that's 5 and 5. There's positive change for you, but negative change for this other person. It feels negative because it's a result of the consequences of their actions, and they have not been responsible. I'm getting they have not been responsible with your heart, and they have not been responsible with the child that you share. Yeah, this may feel like a mountain. It could be legal things that are happening here, because the Justice card did come through. There's something that this person was doing that is being exposed, but it involved other people or like social engagements. Also, you act from the heart space, and this person, yeah, they came through as a King of Swords, so they think everything, like they act from the mind. It's almost as if they don't act as if they have a heart, this other person, this past person. Okay, also your goddess energy is activated. This is your nurturing energy, your feminine energy, but there's a lot of deception that's happened that has been a burden. A lot of deception that's happened, but you've transmuted it with the Ankh. You know your power. Also, if you do have a child, there's something about your child. Their healing abilities are being awakened as a result of this process. I'm hearing count it all joy. Okay, so that's a song, but it's talking about seeing what has happened as an opportunity for you to grow. It will all lead to healing and love and joy. Okay, it may not feel like that now, but there will come a day where you will look back on this very moment and what you've been through, and you will say, wow, we have changed so much because of that. We have grown so much because of that. Is there anything that we need to know about this other person's, this past person's tower that's important for this beautiful being? They feel trapped. They feel absolutely trapped. They feel like they can't go anywhere. Now that could be a good thing if this person has broken the law. 4444, you're protected. I feel like you really needed to hear that. You are divinely protected. Oh, look. And trapped is right on top of the Black Fox card. They feel trapped in all of the poor decisions that they made. That's why they feel trapped. They created a complicated mess that they can't get out of. Also, this pertains to money. They feel trapped regarding money. All they've created is chaos. That's all they've created. But, oh, and they have acted in a lot of lust, out of lust. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting that this person is like a big child. They haven't grown up. That's like the Peter Pan syndrome. Yeah. Anything else that needs to be known about this situation? Gossip is never a threat. You're chosen. Yeah. Gossip is never a threat when you have a chosen path and a divine path to manifest. You're manifesting your path each day. And so whatever people are saying about this, you know what? It was coming through as I was getting the cards ready that somebody was like saying critical things about you. And I was getting that they were only saying that because they don't know how to fix their own life. So it's easier just to say nitpicky things about you. So if there are people gossiping about this process with you, please don't worry about it. The only people who would gossip about something like that, 4646 on the timer, is a person who doesn't have the inner strength to focus on their own life. And they have problems that they just want to distract themselves from. Hence the reason they would look at your life and try to criticize you, okay? So this involves a soul level upgrade, initiation. That's why the Ankh card came through, because you have the power to transform all of this for your power, okay? Your inner power, your strength. They did spell work because of their jealousy. Yeah, and they're jealous because I feel like you may have moved on. You could be with another person in another relationship, or I'm also getting, okay, I'm seeing a lot of jealousy. They could be jealous because you've moved on into a healthy relationship. They could also be jealous because of your relationship, your healthy relationship with your child. I'm getting that if you do have a child, that child wants to be with you. They really don't want to have anything to do with this past person because they sense the energy. It came through that one way that you knew that this person wasn't right, this person from the past, was because you witnessed an animal's reaction to them. Maybe the animal was anxious around them or something like that. So animals and children respond to the energy of human beings. So yeah, you may have doubted if this person is a human being. And yeah, they may seem more like an alien because they don't seem to have any humanity about them. They're very depraved. Okay, I got two. Thief. This person is a thief. They tried to steal something from you. Oh, and the other thing about jealousy was that this person is jealous of your willingness to grow. They're jealous of your path, okay? This situation involves deep past life connections. Well, that's confirmation of that Six of Cups, because that was the one of the first cards that came through that indicated that you sensed that this person was from a past life. Let it fly. There are some things about this, especially if there's some things in the judicial system that are being processed legally, that you will be able to just let fly, because there's been so much exposure that the evidence will speak for itself. That's what I'm hearing, that in the end the evidence will speak for itself. Definitely speak up if there's something that you need to make known, but if you speak up and you do everything within your power to make something known, Divine says there is a point in time where you will have to rest and trust. That doesn't mean just let everything go, okay? But if you have given your best effort and you have done everything that you need to do, that you know to do, and you've sought counsel and you've done everything that you can, at that point, it's about your inner power to have peace within and to know that divine is working on your behalf. Okay? And one more. They see your beauty. Yeah. They see your beauty and they feel trapped because they can't access it. Because there's something, this person might be in jail. They might be imprisoned right now. Because there's something about them not being able to access you. I feel like that's what that buffer card is. Also, you are magnanimous. I didn't talk about that one, but I was just so surprised that the sun was on there as well. But you're rising above resentment. You're generous in spirit. You're especially, let's see, towards someone who has hurt or wronged you. Okay, so you're not holding on to regret. You're not holding on to resentment. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you need to walk off into the sunset with this person. I'm getting that you might not even have that option because, not that you want to, but they may be imprisoned or they may be headed towards prison. That could be the tower that's happening. But you are at least able to be at peace with your life. Okay? And you're not holding resentment that would hold you back. Let's see what's on tap for you. Oh, they said pull from this one. Okay. Thank you, Divine. What does this beautiful being need to know as we close? Okay. So you have given gratitude throughout this whole process, and that is what protects you, because you have been with a person who was completely veiled. They were a soulmate, but they were not presenting their true self. And so if ever you doubted your intuition, there's no need, because you were picking up on the fact that this person was not trying to tell the truth. Ooh. You're being asked to trust yourself and to trust the divine. I'm hearing the path is being made clear. The path forward is being made clear. You also have the power to transmute any negative energy that has been challenging. Okay, you have the power to transmute negative energy. One reason why you're so psychic is because you're connected with nature. The animal spirits, the nature spirits speak to you and have been guiding you this whole way. Okay, that's the psychic card and nature spirits. So they're saying that that's a part of your path forward, is to recognize your gifts and to use that. There's somehow that you're going to use all of the gifts that you have been using to navigate your way through this trying situation, that is going to continue to nurture you, anyone in your life, okay, and also a creative endeavor. You're going to use your psychic gifts to strengthen your creation, okay, your creative projects. You also got air here. So this person tried to use their air energy against you. They tried to use their thoughts, their power to manipulate and be cunning and think of ways to try to control you. But you work with the air element very differently. You work with air to create freedom for people, okay? So your thoughts are very divine. Never forget that. Your thoughts are divine. I just want to ask, okay, I said this one. One more. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, you're releasing. This is full moon energy. In this moment of completion and illumination, release what no longer serves you. And you have the power to do that. So whatever remains from this situation, Divine is helping you to celebrate that those cords have been cut. That's what I'm getting. You've cut the cords. Now you're able to celebrate that because you are free. There might be something that is still in the works as far as a legal process or some sort of judgment that you're waiting to be made, but you have an incredible amount of freedom at this time, and Divine wants you to remember that and to not be sidetracked by what it is that you're still waiting on, because truly what matters is the freedom of your heart, the freedom of your mind, and you have that. They're saying that everything else in the physical realm will align with that. You are free. This person from the past is now trapped. And that's exactly how it should be, because they have trapped themselves by their choices that they've made. And as they have become trapped, you have just become more and more free. All right? Ashe, thank you, Spirit, for these beautiful messages that have come through. I'm so grateful that they did, and thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I hope that there was something that came through that was useful to you, whether it was clarity, insight, or just some good vibes. I love you, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.